Et bonjour et bienvenue sur Cinéverse, je suis Margot, votre journaliste du jour, et je suis accompagnée de Molly Moneymonker qui vient présenter Out of Sex à Paris. On va continuer cette interview en anglais, donc vous aurez des petits sous-titres pour vous aider. Hi Molly,
Hello.
welcome to Cinéverse.
Thank you.
To begin, in few days, Canal Plus is going to show the Pride Month program. You're in the collection.
Oh,
your
so
movie.
nice.
It's a great news. It made me ask which movie or series have been important in your career and in your youth with the queer theme or sexuality representation.
Oh, that's a great question. Probably A Portrait of a Lady on Fire was a big one for me. And Skate Kitchen.
Okay.
And Betty, the TV show. They're connected. They're like the same theme.
Okay.
American.
And why it was important for you to put an happy and proud and safe character, queer character in your movie with M?
Yeah, it was quite a late development in the process. Like, we started casting and a queer girl came in to read for M, and I was like, oh, it'd be cool if she was queer, and then we changed it. And that relationship was always meant to be like a safe one, you know, the third one. And as it kind of developed, I realized that it's so nice to have a queer character who isn't like being abused or aggressed or like violated in some way, that for them to just like happily exist, but like kind of, you know, not like forefront. Or
She wasn't defined by this queer aspect.
Yeah, and
finally.
it wasn't a hardship, you know.
This was last month, sorry. The Me Too movement is getting louder and stronger in France, and I wanted to know, in the UK, what is the situation for women in the cinema industry?
Yeah, I think we have to give credit to the exec producers in the UK because they have put in a lot of work to make. There's a lot of young females coming up through the ranks of filmmaking and releasing films, and this is a really nice feeling to be surrounded by young women. And I think as much as that is like an amazing thing, there is also like it also creates more conflict with people that feel hard done by. So I think it's like a constant evaluation of like where the industry is at.
And did you heard about the French situation in the UK or?
It was interesting bringing How to Have Sex here because the journalism and the interviews were very, very different to the UK ones, and I think that says a lot about where the Me Too movement was at.
Okay. And to come back to How to Have Sex, you've been supporting and following a lot the screening since the beginning of your movie. Why it was so important for you to be involved until the final step?
Yeah, I think there's a big conversation around the film, and I think I didn't want that to go sort of unattended almost, you know, like I wanted to be part of that conversation. And it's always really nice to see like audiences reacting to the film and have that conversation with everyone acts differently, you know. So yeah, I really enjoyed traveling with the film.
You met some students. It was important too.
Yeah, we started showing it in schools as part of the curriculum, and I had a crazy experience where we partnered with a charity called Schools in Consent Project. And they asked me to come and see it being played, and they play the film, and then they have like a discussion about it. And I was at the back, and no one knew that I was the director. And these kids, you know, after they watched it, they had this big discussion about consent and what it meant to them, and they were discussing like, no, this was okay, no, this was not okay, and like to see them have the language because of the film, like it meant a huge amount to me.
We have a similar case with HLM Pussy in France. I don't know if you know this movie, but it has been really important in school and in discussion like this one.
Yeah, so cool that film can do that.
Yeah, I've seen that almost 20 people get tattooed on the set of Out of Sex to get a memory of this adventure. What do you keep from this experience?
I actually have 3 tattoos from from the shoot. I have one on my ankle as a balloon, and I have one on my. It says "totally top" on my knees,
Okay.
which is kind of like what they would say sarcastically when everything was going wrong. It's like, yeah, everything's going totally top. So yeah, but I mean, so many memories and such a great experience overall from beginning to end with this film.
And talking about cinema and family in cinema, you're also the director of photography in Scrapper, that I really loved. Charlotte Regan, like you, is a director emerging from the UK. And I wanted to know, because it's important in my studies too, what is your perception of this young and engaged generation of women in directing, especially in UK with Charlotte Wells too?
Yeah, I think it's very interesting, this new wave, and I think to me, Charlotte Regan, I learnt a huge amount from. She's like a total mentor of me, as well as a colleague and companion, and I couldn't have done this whole experience without her at all. Like, when stuff was always happening, we were always like, how are you dealing with this? Like, and just such a blessing to watch her work. But I think what's interesting about this generation is that we have put in so much time on set. Charlotte shot like, I don't know the number, but hundreds of music videos, and she had like 5D generation. We had cameras accessible to us, and I think, especially as women, it's always like this feeling of like, oh, I don't know enough to be on the set. Whereas like both me and Charlotte had been on like hundreds of sets before we stepped onto our feature, and I think, I think that's something that hopefully will change. That opportunities will come slightly easier rather than that. But I think, it meant that it was more comfortable for us.
Do you know if Charlotte is going to do a second movie or?
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
I think she's working on her TV show at the moment.
Okay.
But she's definitely going to do another second film.
Are you interested in TV show or?
Yeah, I also have a TV show that I'm developing at the moment.
Okay,
yeah.
Nice. And the last question is about Cannes, because you went to Cannes with Out of Sex, but I also know that they called you back for a residency, and I wanted to know what is your feeling about it, about working in group, and did you made any research about the other person coming in that residency?
We only got told who we were going to be with like a week or something before we moved to Paris, so that was kind of fun. I feel so lucky to be in the residency. It's really nice to be in like a very communal space with creative ideas, and to share with everyone who's going through this like similar writing experience, and just not to, it's such a luxury to have to not like worry so much about normal life and be so concerned on writing. Very focused situation. So I feel very lucky to be there.
Is it over? You've got a second session?
No, I'm here. I'm on it now.
Oh, wow.
That's why I'm in Paris, yeah.
Okay.
So we have like 4 months writing in the residency, and I'm like 2.5 months through.
Okay.
I have like 6 weeks left, I think.
So you help each other? How does it work?
No, really just have like a space,
Okay.
It's like 6 people in a flat together.
Okay.
Everyone has their own room and bathroom, and then you're just free to do whatever you want. You can like stay in your room on your own if you want, or we like have big dinners and we cook and speak and talk about our ideas, and it's very nice.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you so
for
much.
This interview, and good luck with this new project.
Thank
we
you.
will be here when it goes out.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Nice.
Sorry for my English.
Not at all, very good English.